The boy who would change football, in the heart of Argentina, where the Parana River bends through the city of Rosario, a quiet neighborhood wakes to the sound of children kicking a worn leather ball against cracked concrete walls. Among them is a boy smaller than the rest, his hair falling into his eyes, his feet moving faster than reason. He is Lionel Andres Messi, born on June 24, 1987, the third of four children in a humble working-class family. His father, Jorge, labors at a steel factory. His mother, Celia, cleans houses. They do not have much, but their home is full of noise, laughter, and football. Every afternoon, little Leo takes a ball that is more patches than leather and disappears into the dusty streets. He does not play to impress. He plays because he must. The ball feels like an extension of him, a heartbeat outside his body. His grandmother, Celia Oliveira, becomes his guardian angel of football. She is the one who insists he join a local team, Grandoli FC, when he is barely 5 years old. At matches she shouts louder than anyone, urging him forward, calling his name until he smiles. Years later, when he points to the sky after every goal, that gesture will be for her. He would say, "My grandmother used to take me to training. She always believed in me." At 6 he joins the youth academy of Newell's Old Boys, one of Rosario's proudest clubs. His teammates are older, bigger, stronger, yet he dribbles through them as if gravity belongs to him alone. The parents watching from the sidelines whisper, "That boy is different." They start calling the team La Máquina del 87, the machine of 87, because they win almost everything. In 5 years they lose only a handful of matches, and the smallest player on the pitch scores hundreds of goals, but destiny never offers gifts without testing the hands that receive them. When Leo is 10 years old, his parents notice something troubling: he stops growing. Months of hospital visits end with a diagnosis, a growth hormone deficiency. The treatment is expensive, hundreds of dollars each month, far beyond what the family can afford. His father tries to convince local clubs to help. Newell's contributes for a time but cannot sustain it. Other Argentine teams admire the boy's skill yet hesitate when money is mentioned. Argentina's economy is struggling, the dream begins to dim. Then fate intervenes in the form of a videotape. A family relative living in Spain shows footage of the tiny Argentine prodigy to a friend connected with FC Barcelona. The club's technical staff invites Leo to Europe for a trial. He is 13, barely 4'8", carrying a single suitcase, his boots, and a lifetime of hope. In Barcelona, surrounded by strangers and another language, he says little. But when the ball rolls to him during the trial match, silence falls. He dribbles through players twice his size, he doesn't look up once, he just moves. On the sideline, scout Carlos Rexach turns to a colleague and whispers, "Sign him now." There is no contract ready, so Rexach writes one on a napkin, promising to register the boy. That napkin becomes one of the most famous documents in football history. The Messi family relocates to Catalonia. Barcelona agrees to pay for the hormone treatment. Each night, Leo inserts small needles into his legs, a ritual he endures silently. He grows taller, but more importantly, he grows stronger. At La Masia, Barcelona's youth academy, he trains among the best prospects in Europe. He speaks softly, almost never boasts, and lets his football speak. Coaches quickly realize they are not just shaping a player, they are witnessing a phenomenon. In November 2003, at 16, he debuts for the senior team in a friendly. A year later he makes his first official appearance in La Liga. He scores his first goal in 2005, lobbing the ball delicately over the goalkeeper. Running to celebrate, he is lifted into the air by Ronaldinho, Barcelona's Brazilian star. One generation of magic welcoming the next, Ronaldinho tells reporters, the future is his. Under coach Frank Rijkaard, Messi becomes the youngest player ever to score for Barcelona in the league. He plays with fearless innocence, slicing through defenses as if he is painting rather than playing. By 2008, a new coach, Pep Guardiola, builds a system that revolves around speed, precision, and intelligence, tiki-taka. At its center stands Messi. Between 2008 and 2012, Barcelona redefined football. Alongside Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets, Messi orchestrates movements that seem to defy physics. Goals, assists, trophies, everything arrives in floods. In 2012 he scores 91 goals in one calendar year, surpassing a record that had stood for 40 years. Commentators run out of superlatives. He wins the Ballon d'Or 4 times in a row. Yet despite his dominance, Messi remains private, humble, almost shy. He rarely gestures wildly or taunts opponents. After every goal, he looks up, pointing to the sky, for his grandmother. While Barcelona celebrate global success, a different challenge haunts him: the blue and white stripes of Argentina. In his homeland he is adored yet doubted. Some call him a European creation, too distant from the gritty streets that produced Diego Maradona. At the 2006 World Cup, he is still a teenager. Argentina shine but fall in the quarterfinals. In 2007, he reaches the Copa America final, but Brazil win 3-0. In 2010, under coach Maradona himself, Argentina suffer a crushing 4-0 loss to Germany. Each tournament ends with criticism that cuts deep. He keeps returning, determined. He keeps returning, determined. In 2014, he leads Argentina to the World Cup final in Brazil. Throughout the tournament he is majestic, scoring, assisting, carrying the team. But in the final against Germany, one chance, just one, slips wide. A late goal from Mario Götze decides it. When the whistle blows, Messi stands alone on the Maracana pitch, watching the Germans lift the trophy. He is named the tournament's best player, yet the award feels hollow. 2 years later, in 2016, another heartbreak. In the Copa America final, Argentina lose to Chile on penalties. Messi misses his kick. He kneels, staring at the grass, disbelief on his face. After the match, he says quietly, "The national team is over for me." The word spread through Argentina like thunder, but within days, fans gather in the streets chanting his name, pleading for him to return. Murals appear, children cry, and an entire nation realizes they cannot let their hero go. A few months later, he returns. He says, "I want to win something with my country." He leads Argentina again, through qualifiers, through failures, through endless scrutiny. He stays patient. Finally, in 2021, the chance arrives again, the Copa America in Brazil, at the same Maracana that had broken his heart 7 years earlier. Argentina reached the final against the hosts. The world watches. When the whistle blows at full time, the scoreboard reads 1-0. Argentina are champions. Messi collapses to the ground, tears streaming down his face. Teammates surround him. For once, the entire world smiles with him. He has done it. He has won with his country. In that moment, all the years of criticism dissolve into applause. The boy who was told he was too small, too fragile, too foreign, stands atop South America. But fate still has another twist to write. Because while Messi lifts silver for Argentina, trouble brews at home, in Barcelona. After more than 20 years, the club that raised him faces financial collapse. When the 2021 season ends, officials tell him they cannot renew his contract. It is not about desire, but about rules, the La Liga salary cap. At the farewell press conference, Messi arrives in a suit but cannot hold back tears. His wife and children sit in the front row. He tries to speak but his voice breaks. He says softly, "I wasn't ready to leave." And with that, the chapter closes. The boy who arrived on a napkin leaves as Barcelona's greatest player, their all-time scorer, their beating heart. Crowds line the streets. Fans cry as his car drives away from the Camp Nou for the last time. He boards a flight to Paris. A new city. A new challenge. A new beginning. Paris, a city of lights, of fame, of spectacle. For Lionel Messi, it becomes a place of quiet adaptation. In August 2021, he signs with Paris Saint-Germain, thousands of fans fill the streets outside the Parc des Princes, waving flares, chanting his name, singing songs in Spanish and French alike. But Messi stands there with mixed emotions. He wears a new shirt, blue instead of red and blue stripes, and smiles for the cameras, yet his heart still belongs to Barcelona. The start is not easy. For the first time in his life, he is the new player. He has to learn a new city, a new team, a new system, a new rhythm of football. He joins Neymar and Kylian Mbappé, two stars of the next generation, forming a front line that looks unstoppable on paper, but football is not played on paper. His first season brings glimpses of brilliance but also frustration. He scores only a handful of goals in the league, far below his usual numbers. Some critics whisper that the magic is fading. Others call him finished. But Messi has always been quiet in the face of noise. He does not respond with words, he waits for the ball. In his second season, the rhythm returns, his touch grows sharper, his passes more delicate, his vision clearer. He begins to glide again, and then, the world turns its eyes toward the greatest stage of all, the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Messi is 35, it is his fifth World Cup, his last chance, he knows it, and so does everyone watching. Argentina's first match is a shock, a 2-1 defeat to Saudi Arabia. The world gasps. The team looks shaken, the dream looks fragile. But in the dressing room, Messi speaks softly, firmly, he says. Trust us. We will not let you down. From that moment, something changes. Against Mexico, he scores with a strike so precise it feels like fate guiding the ball. Against Poland, he leads again. Against Australia, he dances past defenders as if time itself slows for him. In the quarterfinal against the Netherlands, the tension is electric. Argentina lead, then concede, then the match explodes into chaos. It goes to penalties. Messi steps up first, calm, slow, eyes locked on the goalkeeper. He waits, then rolls the ball the other way. Goal. Argentina advance. In the semi-final against Croatia, he delivers one of the greatest assists the world has ever seen, twisting through defenders, leaving them frozen, setting up Julian Alvarez for the finish. Commentators around the world lose their voices, even Croatian captain Luka Modric smiles in disbelief. And then, the final, Argentina versus France, Messi versus Mbappé, the master and the heir. Lusail Stadium glows under the desert night, billions watch. This is history's stage. Argentina dominate early, Messi scores a penalty, calmly slotting it home, then Angel Di Maria adds another, 2-0, it feels done, until the 80th minute. In just 2 minutes, Kylian Mbappé scores twice, the match is level, the tension is unbearable. Extra time begins, Messi scores again, 3-2, the stadium erupts, but again, Mbappé equalizes from the penalty spot, 3-3. It comes down to the cruelest lottery, penalties. Messi steps forward first, he looks at the ball, takes a breath, and passes it into the net as calmly as if it were a training session in Rosario. His teammates follow, each one scoring, then, the final French shot is saved. Argentina are world champions. Messi falls to his knees, he covers his face, trembling, overwhelmed. His teammates rush to him, lifting him high on their shoulders. He holds the World Cup trophy, his smile radiant, his eyes full of peace. In that moment, the boy from Rosario becomes eternal. No more doubts, no more comparisons, he has done it all. When he speaks later, he says quietly, I dreamed of it so many times, wanted it so much, that I still can't believe it. The streets of Buenos Aires explode in celebration, millions fill the avenues, waving flags, climbing light poles, chanting his name for hours. An entire country breathes joy again. For Messi, it is not just victory, it is closure. He has given everything to both club and country, and now, finally, he stands complete. When he returns to Paris, his mission feels fulfilled, the crowd cheers him as a champion, but his heart begins to look towards something else. Something quieter, something simpler. In 2023, after his contract ends, Messi decides to begin a new chapter, far from the noise of Europe, under the sun of Miami. He joins Inter Miami CF, in the Major League Soccer of the United States, many question why leave the biggest stages for a new league? But Messi smiles, he says, "My happiness is in the place where I feel loved." From the moment he lands, America embraces him, fans fill airports, streets, stadiums, children who had only seen his highlights on screens now watch him play in person. In his first match, he steps up to take a free kick in the final minutes, the score is tied, the stadium holds its breath, he curves the ball perfectly into the top corner, goal, it's as if he never left the magic behind. Teammates rush to him, and the entire league feels transformed overnight. Inter Miami, once near the bottom, becomes the center of the football universe. Messi's presence lifts everyone, not through words, but through calm, through joy, through the same love of the game that guided him as a boy. In interviews, he speaks softly about family, about peace, he says, "Today I play to enjoy it. For my children." He is no longer chasing records, he is living the game that made him who he is. He walks onto each pitch with a smile, waves to the crowd, and still points to the sky for his grandmother. And yet, his influence continues far beyond the field. In academies from Argentina to Asia, children wear his number 10, imitating his dribbles, dreaming of following his steps. He has become not just a player, but a symbol of perseverance, humility, and impossible talent. Those who watched him grow remember the small boy from Rosario, barely tall enough to reach his first goalpost. The boy who needed medicine to grow, the boy who crossed the ocean to chase a dream. And the man who gave that dream back to millions. When journalists ask him about legacy, he answers simply, "I just want to be remembered as someone who enjoyed playing football and made people happy." And that, perhaps, is the truth of Lionel Messi, not the records or trophies or awards, though he holds them all, but the way he played, the way he made people feel. In every pass, every goal, every moment of silence before he strikes, there is a glimpse of that boy from Rosario, the child chasing a ball through dusty streets, dreaming not of fame, but of freedom. Now, as the sun sets on his career, he stands not just as a champion, but as a story told across generations. Parents who once watched him as children now tell their own kids, "I saw Messi play." And those children, in parks and playgrounds around the world, still whisper his name when they score. Because Lionel Messi is no longer just a footballer, he is an idea, proof that greatness can come from humility, that magic can come from silence, and that even the smallest among us can change the world. He began as a boy with a dream, and became the dream itself.